Hey everybody, I'm Ted from Tebex. In this tutorial I want to look at the Rust in-game F1 menu and in particular the new server tab. I tried to figure out when this was added and also find some information, but even looking at the official Rust wiki, it says there are only 5 options when there now are clearly 6. The only thing you need to do for this to work is make sure you are a owner or a admin on the server, otherwise you will not be able to see this information. I'm already connected to the server. If we press F1, normally it would look something like this, and you might also be familiar with the items list. But at the top you can see we also now have a server option. On the left we have all the online players, which is currently only me, and we can see my ping, and we can also click on my name, and as you can see we get more information. All the way on the right we also have some confars or configurable variables, aka settings we can change or things we can turn on and off. And as you can see we can also scroll in this list. I wasn't able to add my own variables to this list, but maybe I missed something or done something wrong. If you have more information, please leave a comment down below. So let's start from left to right. I already clicked on my name. Of course, when there are more people connected, these will show up in the list here as well. You can see my username, my Steam ID. You can also copy this directly over here. It says owner Steam ID 0, even though I am currently owner. As you can see, I can fly, etc. I am definitely owner. You can see my ping or otherwise my connection to the server and also my IP address. We can also see how long I am connected, my violation level and also my current health. We can also spectate the player by just clicking on this button. Since it's myself, it will not really work. Of course, if you have anybody except from yourself, this should work perfectly fine. We can also enter a reason and then kick a player, or same thing, enter a reason and then ban the player directly from in the game. Doing it all in one menu directly in-game is one, quicker, and probably you get less mistakes. Then we have some general server information, stuff like the max players, how many people are joining, the entity count, and also like the frame rate of the server and the performance, etc. And then on the right is what I think is probably the most interesting, which are the server confars, or once again, configurable variables. I'm not going to go through all of them. Most of them should be pretty self-explanatory. I will also link to this corrosion hour page. These are all the Rust variables, and this also means client variables. So some of these are not really meant to run on the server. For example, when you're crafting, you could press F1, type craft.cancel, and it will cancel your current crafting queue. This doesn't really have a place or work on the server. So you will have to find out what kind of variables you would like to use, then figure out if they're still working, because some of them might be broken or outdated. And then you have to figure out what kind of number or true or false it expects, so everything works as intended. For example, we saw that one of them was chicken population. So if we press Ctrl F to find inside of our browser, we can see here, this is the variable we had, chicken.population. It also shows us the default value, which is 3, and it says the population active on the server per square kilometer. So inside of Rust, we can look for the chicken population, and it is indeed default set to 3. We can just click on the little pencil and change the number, so let's say 10, save it, and this will automatically update the confars. I will change a few more confars that will immediately show the effect, so I don't have to go around looking for chickens like a madman, showing that it's working. For example, directly under it, we can change the time over here. So this is 16 hours out of 24. So let's say we would change this to 9, click on OK. As you can see, it will immediately change the time. Let's do this again. So I'll go to env time, change it to 0, press OK. I don't have to press refresh, just wait a second and it will automatically update. Now, some of these are booleans, aka you either have the option to set true or false. For example, server radiation is currently on. Let's test this. So let's see where for example, the power plant is. There's always a lot of radiation. So let's fly over there. So this is the power plant. And if we go close to this, we should get hit, as you can see, by a lot of radiation. So it's definitely on. So let's press F1, go into the server and change the server.radiation to false. Press OK. And now if we go closer, you can see there is no radiation. So we looked at some numbers, we looked at some booleans or some true and false situations. Some of these also allow you to add multiple things at once. For example, these server tags. If you hover your mouse on it, it also says comma separated server browser tags. See wiki. So let's look at the wiki. I will link to the FacePunch wiki down below. Looking at these server tags, these are all the tags that we can use. And also it gives us an example down here. So we could say server.tags and then weekly, vanilla, roleplay. Well, since we're already directly setting the server.tags, we don't need to copy this. Inside of Rust, let's edit these server tags, paste it in here, press OK. And then when we go to our browser and refresh, it should take a moment, but we don't have any tags at the moment. Let's refresh a few times. And as you can see, after about 30 seconds, a minute, the tags are now visible. One of the things you can also do is really change the behavior of the server. Normally, you can buy the minicopters only at the bandit camp from the Airwolf vendors. But by enabling those spawns on the server again, you give players the ability to find them along the roads again. I thought the in-game F1 menu is a really nice addition. Already the tools that we have are really an improvement and could be a lifesaver to quickly change some things while the server is already running. Hopefully this was helpful. If anything is unclear, you can always leave a comment down below. As always, thank you for watching and good luck with your Tebex store.